Hello everyone, this is Buzzing with V. Welcome to another video. Well, this is the start of Christmas crafts, and on the agenda are ornaments. I'm in a hop called Puchy's Christmas Ornament Hop. We have 11 lovely ladies and they will be linked below. Be sure to follow each one if you want to go ahead and join our giveaway. So we are going to have a video for 3 weekends of December, so the first 3 weekends, and each person will have an ornament video. So there is a hashtag and it's Puchy's Ornament Hop 2021. I'm using these dies. It's a spellbinder die. I'm using the smallest circle as well as my new bigs die, the yarns, and these yarns I picked up at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. So I do have a tutorial on how I make this ornament, and so I'm using these crochet needles right here, the bigger one. I picked this up from Michael's, and I thought I'd make a holly berry ornament. I did see lots of people doing them on Instagram, and they do crochet ones, and they're a little bit more intricate, and I wanted to make something that was easy for us paper crafters to make. So you guys know I crochet. However, if you do not know how to make a crochet braid, no worries. The red braid there is made by hand, no needle used, and I will show you how to make that later in the video. So we're going to start off with these 3 circles, and I'm using felt from Hobby Lobby. I'm using the thicker felt, and there's my leaves. I did die cut that out with the Sizzix Bigs die, which I absolutely love. You could do so much with that die, and I do have a video on where I picked that up. I will have it linked below. You will need some silicone pieces, and that's because I'm using hot glue. If you don't use hot glue, you are able to use a needle and thread. So start off with a dollop of glue on one of the leaves. I'm adding it to the edge of that leaf on the pointy section there to the right of the leaf, and squeeze. And this is where the silicone pieces come in. You could do this with your fingers, however it will get everywhere because hot glue tends to stick to my fingers for some reason. I have so many hot glue burns on the tips of my fingers, so that's why I'm using silicone. So I'm just gonna snip off the excess here, and if I sound a little chirpier, it's because I'm filming this during the day where I have so much energy. It's noon, and usually I film at night where my energy is just drained. So I'm a little bit chirpier, coffee, etc. And we are off to go to lunch very soon. So okay, enough of me. I'm going to glue these 2 pieces here down with some glue just like that. So this is what it looks like. This is the start of the holly berry, and the 2 leaves are glued together. So the next step is adding the last leaf. I'm going to add it to the top of the 2 glued leaves, and just take your time. You don't want glue to be all over the place, as it does tend to really stick to felt. And so I'm adding it to the bottom edge of the leaf, and as you can see, I'm adhering it to the 2 leaves that I glued prior. So just very gently add it, squeeze with your fingers a little, just make sure that it's adhered properly. Okay, so it looks good. I'm liking how it looks. Now to start with the berries. So this is where the braid comes in, and it's just a faux braid. So if you've seen on Instagram, they have like holly berry crochet balls. They're an actual ball, you guys. Those are so hard to make and so time consuming. So they look absolutely beautiful and I love them. However, this is a dupe. and so we are cutting corners. So here's my braid. I just cut off the excess yarn there, and now I'm gonna circle it. And so just start off with a little circle. You're gonna circle it, twist around the braid, making a little circle, adding a dollop of glue to the center of that circle felt, and then I'm adding the braid. So yeah, like again, take your time and go very slowly. This is crucial because the glue will get everywhere. It will get into the seams of that braid and just spill out on top of it. And then you can see the glue when it dries and it doesn't look pretty. So just take your time. So I'm just going to add some more hot glue, very gently start to twist the braid around the piece that we initially started the circle with, and so on. So keep doing that, and this is going to create our berry. And yeah, the end looks so nice. It looks like we actually crocheted that braid together, and you wouldn't know that it's been glued. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up and we're going to go super fast on just twirling this braid around. And so I'm stopping a little here just to show you how it looks. Now we're going to tuck under that braid and glue it. So don't be afraid to snip this part off. Your braid will not unravel unless you're doing a braid that by hand, not with the needle. So if you're doing a braid by hand, go ahead and glue where you're going to snip off and then snip it off so it doesn't unravel. So okay, so I'm going to tuck under that braid, taking my time, making sure that glue doesn't get anywhere else. I don't want it to be. And just take your time again. I can't say that enough because I did do this prior to showing the video, making sure everything was going to work out, and glue did get everywhere. So I know what I'm talking about. So make sure you take your time. So there's our first berry. That's what it looks like. As you can see, I already have glue on my fingers. And so that's where it's going to go. So I'm just going to lay it there for now. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other pieces. And I'm going to go super fast, do the same thing we did with the first one. And again, if you're using the hand braid that you made without the needle, just glue where you're going to snip off. So there's the second berry right there, the third. So I went ahead and did two off camera. So there it is, you guys. 3 berries, and now time to glue them to the leaves. And you're going to want to glue the berries to the leaves with the tucked under braid on it'll be under one of the berries. So one berry will show where we tucked under that braid, and the others 2 won't because the last berry will be covering it. So as you can see here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tuck under the tucks, and then try to add the last berry where you can't really see that braid being tucked under. So you want it to be camouflaged with the other 2 berries. So you'll see what I'm talking about when I'm done here. So I'm adding some glue to the edges of those leaves. If you want to add more stability, is add some like extra felt underneath the berry, and you'll see when I tilt it over, you see there's a space there, and you can just tuck in some extra felt, roll up some felt into a ball and just tuck it under there, and you'll add some stability. I didn't do that here because I thought my berries were pretty stable. And so now I'm going to add the second berry. And as you can see, there's some felt showing there, which I left. Normally I would have cut that felt off. However, since it's going to be hidden, I was able to just keep it and not fiddle with that and not do a boo-boo and cut through my braid. So adding some glue here, and also some glue to the leaf. So there it is. Just hold it down and make sure that it's glued there. So now time for the last berry, adding some glue to the bottom of those 2 berries, and then placing my last berry on top of them, and making sure the braid where it's tucked under is camouflaged. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm very happy with it. This is the back, so minimal glue everywhere, and that's because I took my time. And so now to add the string, I was debating on using the yarn or using some twine to add this. And so just go ahead and tie a knot on that yarn after you looked to see how the placement of that piece would look. And so I'm adding the little knot there. Using my silicone piece here because I'm using hot glue. I don't want it to get on my mat. And if you do have a hot glue gun, a silicone mat, use that. I'm using this one because it's smaller. So just adding some glue right on top of the yarn and also the knot. And then I'm going to place my holly berry right on top where I want it to be. Okay, so that's what it looks like. If you want, you could add some jingles to the bottom of the yarn. However, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to snip that off, but you're able to do that. You can add anything you'd like to the bottom, some charms, some jingles, anything, tassels, some beads as well. I was debating on beads or some jingles, but I decided not to. I just wanted to keep it simple, just very nice and simple, to show you guys that you are able to do something that looks crochet. So this will look definitely handmade, and you could gift to anybody, and it will look like you took so much time on it. And that's what my goal was to show you how to do a crochet dupe. And so here it is, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. And tomorrow I will have another crafty video. I do want to show you how to do the braid by hand with no needle. So just take 3 pieces of yarn, add a knot to the top. Okay, so I snipped off the loops and time to braid. So you're just gonna do your normal hair braid and just braid the yarns. Yours would look so much better because I didn't take my time. I wanted to do this fairly quickly so I can get through the video and show you that you can also make the braid by hand without a needle. And if you're able to crochet, then go ahead and do that. And take your time, do another knot at the bottom. So you're going to want to make a very long braid, roughly about 12 inches long. And you probably have to make another one. So depending on how tight your braid is or how loose is how long it's going to be. So there's my holly berries, and I did make a little packaging for it to gift it. So I'm using the Sizzix die that was gifted to me by Pia. I will have her linked below. She gifted that to me in a swap. So this one's for my traditional holly berry, and I used a Michael's paper collection for that. As you can see, the holly berry leaves are a little bit different on the small one right here. And I also did some crochet little berries. Again, you can use your handmade braid to make the berries as well. Just use glue. I'm using this In Love Art Shop die to add a border to the window. I did not use acetate for this little box. I did use some clear plastic bags. So I just cut a piece and then adhered it with some score tape. So look how cute it looks in there. Oh my goodness. You can gift this to anyone, you guys, and it would just look like you took so much time to make it. You did your crocheting and such a cute gift to include with your Christmas cards. And so I did a traditional and a pastel for both craft styles. Well, you guys, this concludes the video, and like always, I will see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, and be sure to check out the other ladies. Bye.